It has been an incredible 24 hours with everyone speculating after the ex-Twitch employee came forward to talk about how Dr. Despicable apparently, or allegedly at the time, was talking to a minor through Twitch whispers. It wasn't confirmed or denied, but everyone was speculating about whether this was true or not. And Dr. Despicable has come forward to state that actually the allegations that were made against him were true. But we're going to go over the timeline and the build up to that point and then the fallout since that statement. So starting off, his first live stream since doing, playing Elden Ring, since the allegations. And within that, he spoke about the new allegations. And this is what he had to say at that point.
For those that are looking for me to expand on this weekend, not gonna. I already said what I needed to say. I don't give a fuck about this guy. That's it. So I do appreciate the donations. I do appreciate the messages. But I like to put it in fifth gear right off the rip.
So, basically within that clip, obviously, he states that he will not be going into the allegations at all. And this is how he started out the live stream. But, as the live stream went on, he seemed to take a moment to look at his computer and his whole demeanor completely changed. And he went from quite upbeat, as we can see at the start of the next clip that I'm going to show you, and he suddenly plummeted. And the energy levels just weren't there. And people believe that this was the moment where Dr. Disrespect was actually notified that his gaming studio that he co-founded, Midnight Society, had terminated their relationship with him after completing their own investigation into the accusations that he sexted with a minor. And this is the clip of this exact moment that people believe that he received this news.
You know how we run things here.
Right. So, quite upbeat. He's now looking over at another monitor. Completely changed. Whole demeanor. So you can see there, obviously, his whole demeanor completely changed. Kept looking over to it, probably double checking to make sure that he'd read it right, to see if what he was seeing was correct. And obviously, this was the post that the Midnight Society made to terminate their contract with him. On Friday evening, we became aware of an allegation against one of our co-founders, Guy Beam, aka Dr. Disrespect. We assumed his innocence and began speaking with the parties involved. And in order to maintain our principle and standards as a studio and individuals, we need to act. For this reason, we are terminating our relationship with Guy Beam immediately. While these facts are difficult to hear and even more difficult to accept, it is our duty to act with dignity on behalf of the individuals involved, especially the 55 developers and families we have employed along with our community of players. And to this, a lot of people were incredibly surprised because, of course, if there was nothing behind the allegations, then why would they be dropping him? It makes no sense. Which made people speculate that, maybe there's a bit more to this than meets the eye. So one huge streamer in particular, aka Ninja, who of course was the biggest Fortnite streamer, he's not as big as he was, but he's still pretty big, stated that what I've basically just said, in which there must have been something to this for them to take this level of action. This is what Ninja had to say on the situation.
I just want to touch on some things lately, guys. Obviously, there's been a lot of drama that's been going on, not involving me, but you guys know what I'm talking about. And I just got two things to say, and then we're just gonna move on and keep playing Fortnite. All right, number one, anything involving a minor at all, no matter what it is, like is not okay. It's messed up, and it's illegal, and it's pretty simple. So especially if you, all right, I'm not gonna get too much into detail about that, but like, come on, it's a no-brainer, right? That's number one. But and number two, with the whole doc situation and just what's been released these last 2 days, like, here's what I'll point out for now, and that is, if you guys don't know, Midnight Society, which is the game that Doc helped build, right, and create, and he was a part of the company, did their own investigative research behind the scenes, right, and found enough evidence to let him go from the company, right? Not administrative leave, not we'll address this later. Like, let him go after doing their own research, right? And after doing their own internal investigation behind the scenes. So, like, if that's not enough, right, evidence or enough to, like, they found something, is what I'm trying to say. Okay, now let's, like, I've seen a bunch of clips out there. I've seen a bunch of stuff from XUC, like, who said apparently there's more stuff coming out. So until then, it's only been 2 days into the situation, so let's just wait until we see more. But, like, that's all I have to say. Yeah, saying I didn't do anything illegal or, like, there was no wrongdoing. I mean, a lawsuit at the end of the day, not a lawsuit, but a settlement, right? Because there's talks about a settlement. A settlement, no matter what it looks like publicly, it usually means someone did something, right? Or there was some truth to enough truth. Right? You settle to cover things up. You settle to not let things get out there. All right? So just do your own research, look stuff up, and just let's just keep on waiting for some more stuff. More evidence moving on in the future. But done with the drama. I didn't even want to talk about this because I hate stuff like this. But, you know, as being in the community, like a leader of the community, and same with the doc being leader of the community, like, I had to touch on it. That's my 2 cents. Don't fucking text minors or do any of that shit. It shouldn't be that difficult. Just be a good person, man, and be a leader in the community.
And he's obviously got a very valid point. You know, we're seeing a lot of big YouTubers, streamers coming out of the woodworks with allegations against them. Obviously, we've had the whole I'm Alex situation that I've covered on the channel over the past couple of days. We've now got the doc. I wouldn't be surprised if there's more to come after this. It's really ropey, and the people that you least expect are usually the people that end up being at the forefront and the limelight. So, obviously, on the live stream that we were just referring to from Dr. Disrespect, he stated, after getting the news, I'm assuming, from Midnight Society, he stated that he will be going on a prolonged period break with his family. He planned to go on vacation, but he plans to bring that forward and then go on an indefinite break.
Like, I'm actually tired of being on social media, and I've expressed that over the years, champs. I just, you know, I've always kind of hinted, like, it'd be nice to get off and just completely separate, right? Go live in Costa Rica or something. I don't know. But I'm just feeling burnt out, I think, you know? I came into this with... When did we start streaming, champs? 2015? 16? Been doing this since 2009. You know? Different scene back then. Having a good time. Playing the games that were fun to interact with and create content with, and over the years it's just gotten, I don't know, like it's been drained out of me. It's being drained out of me. It's being drained out of my family and I. And I just feel like you know, I had the mindset of let's just see what happens today. How are we feeling? And I'll tell you, I just, I don't know. I'm just feeling burnt out. You know? Maybe it's time to start something new, something different. You know, challenge those creative senses. A desire to explore different realms, if you will. But I think the first and foremost, though, is, you know, I did have a sort of a planned vacation coming up. And I think I might just extend that starting today, starting now. You know, one of these, let's take a step back. I mean, it is what it is. People get fatigued, right, champs? And to be honest, I don't know how long, you know, I know for my vacacion, how long my vacation is, but, you know, maybe I extend that. We'll see. We'll see. But I do appreciate you guys, champs. Right? And look out for the socials. I'll keep you updated when we'll be back. But I definitely need to take a break from everything, you know? A podcast, start a podcast? I think what I'm most interested in, and believe it or not, champs, because obviously when you're a top-tier gamer like me, when your gaming skill set is just incredible, and, you know, you look like this, you know, why wouldn't you want to be in front of the camera all the time? But I'm kind of, I'm exhausted in being in front of the camera. I'm exhausted being on socials. The industry's changed so much. Just so much different energy out there, negative energy and clashing, and from everything that we've experienced as we've started this whole journey together. You know what I mean, champs?
Right, I'm going to stop the clip there. It does go on for a further few minutes where he kind of talks in this very somber tone about taking an extended break and period away. And interestingly, he does tell people to go and check out his socials because he'll be keeping people updated, in which nobody would have expected what the actual update was going to be. But after this, there were many people that came out of the woodworks to try and talk about the situation. One person in particular is Nadia, who called Dr. Disrespect a paedophile. She on Twitter stated, "I don't understand how this his is even controversial. His own company said, we assumed his innocence. We spoke to the parties involved. These facts are difficult to hear. Why are so many defending a paedophile?" And then also coming forwards, after the allegations were made, Turtle Beach, who obviously was sponsoring Dr. Disrespect, appeared to have removed all of Disrespect material and merchandise from their website, as well as his reference under their partners section. All previous valid links to Dr. Disrespect products and now take you directly to their homepage of Turtle Beach. And this is the website of kind of affiliate creators that Turtle Beach have got. Obviously you've got Ali A, Black Panther, many others, but one person you'll notice is missing, of course, is Dr. Disrespect. And if you try and punch in his URLs into the site, it will take you directly to their website as a redirect. So, everything was coming forward. The pressure must have been mounting for Dr. Disrespect, to the point where he actually released a statement in which he said, "The Twitch ban. Hello. I'd like to make a quick statement." By the way, this statement is not quick at all. Let's cut the fucking bullshit. As you know, there's no filter with me. I've always been upfront and real with you guys on anything that I can be upfront about. And I'm always willing to accept responsibility, which is why I'm here now. First and foremost, I do want to apologise to everyone in my community, as well as those close to me, my team and everyone at Midnight Society Game Studio. A lot of people have been left in the dark about what happened yesterday with Midnight Society, and we made the painful decision to collectively have me step down. Our team is full of incredibly talented and good people and who have high career ambitions and families that I'd never want to jeopardize the culture we have carefully crafted. Everyone has been wanting to know why I was banned from Twitch, but the reasons outside of my control, I was not allowed to say anything in the last several years. Now that 2 former Twitch employees have publicly disclosed the accusations, I can tell you my side of the story regarding the ban. And this kind of does go hand in hand with the speculation that there were NDAs regarding this, which have since been, or have since ended. Were there Twitch whisper messages with an individual minor back in 2017? The answer, yes. Confirming the allegations. Were there real intentions behind these messages? The answer is absolutely not. These were casual, mutual conversations that sometimes leaned too much in the direction of being inappropriate, but nothing more. Nothing illegal happened. No pictures were shared. No crimes were committed. I never even met the individual. I went through a lengthy arbitration regarding a civil dispute with Twitch, and that case was resolved by a settlement. Let me be clear. It was not a criminal case against me, and no criminal charges have ever been brought against me. Obviously, confirming there that he was indeed messaging a minor, and some conversations, obviously he doesn't state this outright, but it did lead down some pretty, I'm assuming, sexual paths. Now, from a moral standpoint, I'll absolutely take responsibility. I should have never entertained these conversations to begin with. That's on me. That's on me as an adult, a husband, and a father. It should never have happened. I get it. I'm not perfect, and I'll fucking own my shit. This was stupid. Now, with that said, I don't get it fucking mistaken. I've seen all of the remarks and labels being thrown around so loosely. Social media is a destruction zone. I'm no fucking predator or paedophile. Are you kidding me? Anyone who truly knows me fucking knows where I stand on those things and those types of people. Fuck that. That's a different level of disgust that I fucking hate even hearing about. Don't be labeling me as the worst of the worst with your exaggerations. Get the fuck out of here with that shit. Now, I find that very interesting that he's obviously created a whole paragraph there to him stating that he's not a paedophile, but of course was entertaining conversations that shouldn't have been taking place with a minor, which seems a bit contradicting to me. It might not to you. Obviously, it didn't go far. But at the same time, you were still entertaining those conversations, which means, in my eyes, you are still bracketed within that label. All right? You might see it differently because nothing happened, but at the same time, if you're aware that they're a minor, and you have entertained those conversations, I'm sorry, but that's where you sit for me. But I think I've said what I needed to say regarding the ban itself. That's it. That's why Twitch made the decision in 2020. To my team, community, industry friends that have supported me, I apologise. I wish I could have said this all sooner. You guys have always showed me and my family love and support throughout all these years, and we love you guys like you can't imagine. I have the fucking best community and circle. If any of this has made you uncomfortable, I get it. You don't have to support me anymore, but just know that you've always been greatly appreciated. But trust me when I say this, to all the haters that live and breathe social media with zero real life experiences, I don't give a fuck about you. Finally, if you are uncomfortable with the entire statement and think that I'm a piece of shit, that's fine, but I'm not fucking going anywhere. I'm not the same guy that made this mistake all those years ago. I'm taking an extended vacation with my family as mentioned on stream, and I'm coming back with a heavy weight off my shoulders. They want me to disappear? Yeah, fucking right. Of course, this tweet, well, firstly, it obviously confirms all the allegations. Secondly, it was very hot and cold, accepting responsibility but not wanting to be labelled, which... I think, unfortunately for Dr. Disrespect, the labels are going to come because it happened. But in the same breath, I am a firm believer of second chances, all right, and believing that people can be reformed and change their outlook and perspectives on life. And I believe Dr. Disrespect when he says that he is not the same person that he was back in 2020 compared to today, though it still happened. And unfortunately, it's a lot harder for other people to accept and forgive. For me, I something like this would obviously change marital statuses or put strain on a marriage, put strain on a family. And that should be enough for someone to want to reform, which makes me believe that, you know, something would have changed. Now, two people, or one person in particular, who was very supportive of Dr. Disrespect, Tim the Tapman and Nick Merckx have both responded to the Dr. Disrespect admitting to the messaging of a minor. Both have outright said that they can't support the doc any longer. So we're going to take a little look at these videos right here to see what these guys have to say regarding the entire situation.
Wow, this is absolutely insane, bro. Everything I'm seeing. I have known Doc for a while now. We've played games for years, and seeing everything that is spiraling right now is a very difficult thing for me personally, and I'm sure for a lot of y'all out there. I think for me, I know a lot of you are asking, Tim, what are you feeling? Tim, what are you feeling? My bottom line, I think, is if what he is saying, where he said that he was messaging a minor and it would sometimes lead to teeter on inappropriate, if he knew that was a minor and those were the messages being sent, I cannot support that. I can't. I appreciate y'all. This is beating me up, but this is unfortunate to say the least. This is awful. So appreciate you guys. Thank you for the love you give, and I'll see y'all soon, man.
I mean, that says it all, really. Obviously, you know, the whole situation is utterly fucked. And again, I reiterate that. If you are aware that this person is a minor, and you know that the conversation's going down that route and you entertain it, it's hard to say that you're not what you claim you're not. But this was Nick Merckx. I forgot his name for a second. This was Nick Merckx's response, who obviously when the allegations first came out was kind of on the not on the defensive. He was like, you know, let's give him a chance. But this was his response.
Yo, checking in. I'm seeing everything on Twitter, and I read through Doc's tweet, and in that very tweet, he basically confirms that, you know, he was texting an underage girl, and it went weird sometimes, you know, and look, just to be blunt and straightforward, man, that's inexcusable. It's unacceptable, right? There's no excuse for something like that, and I can't support it. Hang on, honey. Doing this, talking to Twitter. I can't support it. I can't defend it. And look, the boys and I are torn up over it too, man, because we played a lot of games with the guy, and it feels a little weird, but what can you do, you know? So I just wanted to update you guys on my thoughts and how I'm feeling. And I mean, look, I hope you guys have a good day, all right?
So, obviously, those are just two responses to the entire situation. But those aren't the only people, as other huge people within the community have also spoken out against this. So Jacksepticeye being one, obviously Jacksepticeye, one of the biggest gaming YouTubers on the entire platform, just literally retweeted and said fucking disgusting. That's all he said. KSI also tweeted out in retweet to this saying, "This makes me so sad, man. One of my inspirations talking to a minor inappropriately. You have a wife and kids. Do better." It's horrific. And I think, obviously, the doc's statement came out because it was a case of jump before you get pushed. You know, admit to your wrongdoings, come clean about it before, because it's a better look than it coming out in court documents, in whatever anyone else is going to be digging up as they investigate these claims. It's a far better, cleaner look, as opposed to you trying to cover it up and then suddenly it being a genuine thing, because of course it was inevitable that this was going to happen. But drama alert, have kind of moving on from the Dr. Despicable situation into the entire talking to minors in general claims. There has been a tweet made from Drama Alert that said, earlier today, another former Twitch staff shared his thoughts on Dr. Disrespect. This is so sad. And it comes from a Twitter account called Relem. Alright, and it says, the Dr. Disrespect situation. I don't think most people have an idea of how bad things are behind the scenes at Twitch. I literally worked in the department that had access to most of the data and information. I saw private whispers, etc. It was literally my job to investigate daily. I saw things every single day that I wish I never had to see. I always advocated for being a good human. Always expressed with heavy emotion on my streams how Twitch let pedophiles run free every day. I signed an NDA and afraid to get into trouble. But I have to say something. It's been bothering me for so long. These sick fucks don't deserve to be free. Sorry, it's pretty vague. I'm literally afraid for legal and safety reasons. Wish I could explain more, but wanted to let you guys know half the shit you assume is probably true. This is horrific. Now, obviously, Dr. Disrespect, one of the biggest in the industry, has been called out for this. But it would seem that Dr. Disrespect is just one of many that take part in this. And Twitch, for whatever reason, probably financial reasons, because these people bring them a bucket load of money by the day, you know, they're supporting this through their inaction. Now, Twitch would say, you can't say that we're supporting this. We don't support pedophiles. We don't support texting underage minors. Well, you are, because you're aware of this clearly through the statements of your ex-employees, and you're doing nothing about it. So your inaction is, to a degree, a level of support for these actions. What do you guys think on this entire situation? Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. While you're down there, be sure to jump scare the hell out of that like button, subscribe if you're new, tick on my little bell so you get notified whenever we upload to the channel. And until next time, I hope that you guys have enjoyed, and I'll speak to you later. Peace.